Hi everyone. Recently had someone suggest that I do a little bit on um, intelligence and, well, IQ. For a lot of people, they hear about autism and Asperger's. A lot of them think Rain Man and savants at the same time being incapable of so much of it, many general things. Now, I think this is widely misunderstood. Only a few people have the capabilities that astound geniuses. For one thing, people with Asperger's are not over intelligent about some things. They're just cognitive abilities seem to click with it better. Like my skill is pattern recognition. You give me a visual puzzle and I can finish it in seconds. But this is only because it's something I've always been good at, and the skill has developed as I've gotten older. It probably would be much more far along if I actually obsessed about it and it was something I spent my time and energy on. I know that some of my more naturally born skills that I grew up with are not as good as they could be, but that was because I sacrificed that time to learn social skills and to bring up all the skills I had that were really lagging behind. So I've really developed my skills that were behind, and because of this, my higher ability skills tend to have fallen back more into a more normal range. And this goes to show that intelligence is, well, actually, let's define intelligence. What do you guys think intelligence is? For me, I think intelligence is wisdom, really. But that's mostly because that's what I value above most. Um, I think the definition of intelligence to me means the ability to take a situation, think about it with all the factors that are involved, and come out on the other end with the information and knowledge that was given to you in the situation and the experience. I guess that's just being receptive to experiences, but I think that's one of the most important intelligence that there is. Like streetwise, and street intelligence. That's coming from the experiences those people take and they then utilize that in that lifestyle. Like for me, I'm not kind of streetwise, not in the sense that I guess American streetwise or English streetwise. Australia really doesn't have difficult slums that have any serious need for understanding. We don't really have gangs that roam around, and yeah, I know you guys have probably seen Underbelly, but that's only small sections of our society. On the whole, Australia is just a lot of hardworking people that enjoy having a drink and a barbecue. And we do love our surfing and our swimming. This is something that I don't think I've ever met an Australian who could not swim. It's just innate to know how to swim for us. Um, Getting back to it. Uh, So I did an IQ test quite a few years ago, and the IQ test showed that I had slightly above average intelligence. Now, it's kind of a lot of. I kind of believe that intelligence is something you learn through and you learn to have. Like, how to put it? I think I'm above average solely because I've been given a more difficult lifestyle. And so I'm more driven to find the answers and the conclusions and to work stuff out. And I believe this is why my intelligence is at all considered that. I don't really feel that way. I do not think of myself superior in any way. I just see myself as being different. Some of my skill levels are better, some things I'm good at more than some other people, but that's unique to every case and every person. So doesn't really give you an advantage or make you any better if you happen to be slightly higher on the IQ scale from everyone else. I think wisdom's more important than actual intelligence, though. Wisdom, I feel, brings peace, prosperity, happiness, and inner peace as well. And frankly, my life was confusing for the first 25 years of my life. And in the last 5 years, my life's really become much more clear and more stable. And I feel that's come from more my wisdom than my intelligence. I'd have to say that some things I don't get like others, but it's not something that bothers me. That's just not something I'm good at. And you know what? I've spent a lot of my time getting good at the things that I wasn't good at. And I've prospered because of it. The social skills was not something that's easy for me. Well, it is now, but that's because I've learned a lot about myself in the process of learning them. I got a very good understanding of psychology and philosophy behind ideas and ideals, and this gave me an insight into social behaviors and social understandings. And well, I have to say that was my biggest advantage in learning social skills. And it wasn't because I was above average intelligence. It was because I worked really, really fucking hard at it. So much difficulty going through so many situations. And you know what? It was the fact that I just kicked my own ass and went, nah, I'm going out there. I'm getting into the middle of it, getting into the thick of exactly what I don't want to be in, and I'm gonna learn from it. And I did that over and over and over. And well, now they can't bother me at all. None of that stuff bothers me. It's kind of like, you know how you jump off a tall diving board for the first time and you kind of like, shit, that's a long way down. It's a bit like that. You're kind of scared of it, but once you've done it a few times, it becomes less and less intimidating to a point where you couldn't care less. You just go over. It doesn't matter. And I think that's what I've done with my social skills, and that's why social situations no longer hold difficulties for me. Because I really wanted to make the point that intelligence does not make you a better person. I've actually met quite a few people who are very intelligent, but um, they're not wise. They're manipulative and vindictive people that are really twisting their own souls into these painful understandings of what they think a human should be. And I tell you what, they're not happy at all. So what does it matter? I guess it really doesn't, does it? Finding your own happiness isn't about how good you are at something or how intelligent you are or your abilities to handle the situation. It's being able to accept things and being able to decide when you want to change something or having the independence to think for yourself or do it for yourself. I have to say that I do have some talents that are quite surprising to others and they don't expect them to happen. So people with Asperger's are not people with savant capabilities. We're not hugely intelligent people. I think it's more that we've been given a more difficult lifestyle that we learn a lot from it that we tend to come off that we might have an understanding. I think what it really is just we're more experienced in things that a lot of people don't get experience in. And I'm quite happy for that. I'm actually really glad that I've got this lifestyle and the way my life has turned out because I've really learned from the experiences that were difficult for me. It also took me a while to learn to be open to them as well. Pain is your best teacher. um, anyway, thank you to the person who suggested that I talk about this because it was a great idea. And I hope you guys enjoy this. And please, if you have any ideas on any subject you want me to talk about, just throw it up or tell me, send me a message because I'm more than happy. And hell, I even welcome it to answer questions that make me think about things and make for interesting conversations. All right. Good night, everyone.